Welcome, my friends, allies, vassals, and enemies of the state. You know who you are. King Yorkie II of the House of Yorkie here. Taking you back in time as we launch our run on Crusader Kings 3, Birthed in Blood. There's our lad there. Let's get in. And here we are. Salamanca. Ruler, you, me, him. Now, we need a child, but we don't have one yet. That's fine. That will happen, I'm sure. We need to start gathering some of these. There are two ways we can go, because we need to move up to a... We need to move up to owning a, not county, but a duchy. Now, the duchy we are in... Where are we? Is Lyon. As you can see right there, two of the counties are in Asturias, sorry, and one in a villa. We could conquer a villa, I'm sure, but Asturias is rather larger than us. That's not going to happen. The other is come over here and go for Castile, because they're all individual ones. The county has been created and is currently held up there, apparently. Not quite sure why, because they're outside of Castile. There you go. To get it, we'd have to usurp them, which could be interesting, but would be more doable. They've got 1,000. We have not got 1,000 troops. Could be more doable than trying to build here. So, firstly, let's see who is weak. 407, we have 463. We don't have good troops. 327. 310. So these two seem like they could be conquered, though probably not immediately. Not endorsed by Bishop. We are working to sway him. None of our people like us right now. We could do border conquests against any of them. That's not what we're doing. Few ferries. Let's invite them. Would cost us 85. We don't have 85. We can't increase the size right now. What we can look to do? Nobody likes us right now. That's a big problem, actually. But it's not too much of a surprise with how he's been created. We will just have to see what happens. Wedding preparations. As a wedding organizer, it falls upon me to oversee the wedding preparations. An event like this is a massive undertaking, and the decisions I make now could influence my reputation, my relationship with my spouse's family, and perhaps most important of all, my relationship with Countess Ozema of Salamanca. Let's get to work. To the impressive Marwan, I, Ozema, gladly accept your hand in marriage. Good. Before I get to planning the ceremony, I ought to consider the impression we're aiming for. Will this be a grand display of wealth and prestige, or perhaps a humble display of restraint? What kind of reception the event receives will have much to do with my soon-to-be wife's taste, but of course there is her family to consider as well. With only 27 gold, I'm not sure we can do much else. Let's just have a restrained affair. Who counts as family? A wedding is supposed to be the blending of two families, but oh, how large families can be. Mothers and fathers are one thing, but grandparents, children, sisters, brothers, where do we draw the line? Every new invitee is another pew in the church, another mouth to feed at the reception. Actually, it looks like we don't have family to invite. Drowning in questions. By Jesus, what a hassle this is. Be a strong blasphemy for back then, would it not? The servants come one after the other, and the questions never end. My head is swimming. Red flowers or blue flowers, veal cutlets or almond eggs. It's enough to drive a man mad. Seeing my consternation, Jatab approached me. Perhaps you could use my help, my lord. He's my bishop. I don't mind him having a weak hook, a favour. I doubt it will be cashed in, or it may be. Preparations complete. The food is being cooked, the wine has been ordered. My servants are buzzing around the clock, guiding guests to their rooms and decorating the main hall just as I asked. The result, I must admit, is somewhat disappointing. The decorations look hastily assembled, and the food is hardly to write home about. I only hope Countess Osama Salamanca appreciates a temperance affair. Perhaps most importantly, it won't hurt the court treasury too badly. Exactly. Now that it's just a matter of the ceremony itself, so think in a few short days I will have a wife. Today's the day. The guests are arranged in the main hall, and here I am, in an alcove by the doors, waiting for my turn to join the procession. My mind is racing. In just a few short minutes, my life will change forever. Oh God. The butterflies again. Is this the right decision? Am I ready for this? Is Countess Osama of Salamanca really the one for me? She is for now. My reverie is disrupted as my servant gives me my cue, and I feel myself moving towards great doors and into my new life. Here we go. Countess Osama Salamanca enters the hall. A look of dismay flashed across her face. It only lasts a moment, but it's evident that she expected a grand ceremony, and we prepared. Oh dear, what a shame. Who cares? After walking the length of the hall in careful ceremony, I now stand at the altar with Countess Osama Salamanca across from me. So close I could touch her. My heart is racing with fear and excitement. The priest turns to me and asks me for those sacred words. I do. I now pronounce you husband and wife. If she objects too strongly, perhaps I can imprison her. As long as she can still bear me a child, it matters not. This is a dreadful, or a dread-filled run, hopefully. With those words, Countess Osama of Salamanca and I turn to face the crowd, which erupts in applause. My heart shudders as I take her hand for the first time, and we walk down the aisle, flanked by the approving faces of both our families. I breathe a sigh of relief. The hard part is over. I am married. May God grant us long life and happiness. And so it is done. Now it is time for the real reason people go to the wedding, the reception. The mood is raucous as the feast begins. From our seat at the high table, my wife and I can see two families. We had no family, beginning to mingle. Someone raises a toast to our health, and a cheer rises from the room. No doubt it will be the first of many tonight. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my wife, Countess Osama, goes on and on about court alliances. That was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure I'm not boring you, my lord? No, we're not going to do that, amusing though it would be. Why don't we talk more about you instead? If you're disappointed with the feast, we'll please her with some conversation. What started as an ordinary wedding became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Countess Osama. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, we seemed to have a lot in common. I had such a good time with her. All over my new shirt. You could all tell that Countess Osama had too much to drink, even though she insisted on showing us how sober she was. Simply raising from her seat proved too much for her, and now I'm covered in stinking vomit. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Osama. How dare you do that to your new husband? You can't recruit squad, we don't have 17. We feasted and danced late into the night, but now my guests are finally headed home. As they file out of the hall, my heart flutters with anticipation. Soon Countess Osama of Salamanca and I will be along for the first time. This will be the first night of many. Now to truly get to know my wife. Osama kissed me gently when we got to our room, and what followed unfolded in a wave of happiness and bliss, for her at least. Whatever feeling she had was lost on me. Lying on my chest at the end of it all, Osama looks up at me and says words that sent cold terror through my bones. Can we keep this physical? Love you as a friend. With this foolish talk and do your duties, oof. I will say I love you too, yes. I need her to breed. I need children, or at least one child. The wedding, paying the bill. The ceremony for my marriage, Countess Osama, has come to an end, and there is now the question of how to pay for it. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. Of course it's not tasteless. Fate smiles upon me. My wife is bearing my child. Good. Good. So I will soon have an heir. How are we doing with swaying him? I can take Sikabea. That'd be good. Newborn daughter is your new player heir. Oh, Osama, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. And now we have a perfect little daughter. One day, child, will carry on my legacy. Probably not. She's a daughter. In this world, sons take precedence. What name might befit such a mighty lady? Magdalena. Right. All babies cry, but with little Magdalena there is no end to the tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, but her furrowed brow makes everything worse. Your daughter is not gaining weight as she should. We will take good care of her, my lord. In the end, her life is in God's hands. Hush now, Magdalena. Shut up. You're annoying your father. Right. Let's have a look at our military. We have 5 out of 5 ferries. but they're poor. You would be 95, you would 70. I could get you, but I can't get the others yet. And lost birds. A wounded and disillusioned mercenary group has arrived at the county of Salamanca. The locals claim to have overheard the talk of settling down after pillaging an easy target, and have begun to grow anxious. Tensions are high, and conflict is likely to arise if I do not intervene. Well, wounded and disillusioned, you're no good to me. Get out. Get out. Undisciplined recruits. Today, I am observing Mayor Faff as he trains some of his new levies, but the recruits under his command resemble a disorganized mob. More than an army. I look on as he struggles to gain control over the situation, clearly pushed to his limits. This display of ineptitude is an embarrassment to the county of Salamanca and cannot be tolerated. It would be better to teach him, but honestly... Ah, so he is now on side. Purchase truce to the impressive Count Marwan of Salamanca. You... What warmonger? Well, we had a message, it disappeared. Right. You like me again? You seem to be losing out here. Oh, you're trying to conquer to the south, are you? Including us? Are we at war? No. 44? Fabricated claim. Right there. Although you're losing, you may that may not be accounted for much longer. But it may not be an independent county for much longer. Rumour and speculation. My wife gets to hear many things during her comings and goings at court. Lately she has heard some very interesting stories about what my suffragan bishop, Jetrab, does in the shadows. You have a lover, huh? Prematurely, the child was not meant to be. My wife shows me it is the way of life, but my hand lingers on her belly. I didn't know she was pregnant. But she birthed the child. Maybe not. Martial perk available. No, she did birth the child. Right. For a start, we're going down the chivalric route. There is only one side we need of that. I really don't need to sway chat up anymore. So what if we sway you? Back to 170. They're no longer at war. Incognito. Tonight I have stripped myself a very symbol signifying my right to rank. My rank to walk anonymously among my soldiers. It is a quiet evening, so when an argument breaks out, the word reaches me loud and clear. An infantryman is trying to convince his commander, my Marshal Raisin, of the advantages of an alternative strategy. Raisin will have none of it. As I approach, infuriated man raises his fist. Make an example out of them. I'm fighting in my army. What's wrong with you? Ah, yes. Firstly, let's have a look at the Farins. I will recruit you. And I'm waiting to recruit you at 70. Now, you're only 9, you're 9, you're 15, you're 11. Only 9 because that's the maximum that we can have right now. The mayor is a vassal. I don't really want to mess him up. That's fine. He was only a 2-point gain. Dear, we've been accused of fabrication. A king for a bard. We're losing piety every month. Not good. I'm in a tent at an encampment bordering the kingdom of Asturias. Tasked with where am I getting the word Asturias? I'm sure it's from somewhere. Tasked with gauging the tensions between our realms. Suddenly a man enters the tent, demanding to see the new commander. Instinctively I step forward. So you're the new commander, very well. Pick a challenge. The loser pays, but the other camp's drinks tonight, says Domingo, commander of the foreign encampment. Oblivious of the fact that I am Marwan, not a mere military leader. Now, we will take the deal on. We will. Single combat. How about me? Just die. I try a few functory slashes, focusing mostly on trying not to lose my sword, but nothing really even gets close to my foe. Well aware that he is utterly outmatched, Domingo hurls himself at me bodily, forcing me backwards. My form is deteriorating fast, with numerous exploitable gaps, and Domingo's stance is formidable. Think that hurts? I'll show you pain. Nothing quite gets the blood pumping like the sting of sweet agony, and no one understands pain quite like I do. Fueled by my wounds, I rush Domingo, unleashing a barrage of savage quick slashes with my sword. Domingo! Screams my opponent, flailing his mace furiously around and near me. My form is deteriorating fast with numerous exploitable gaps. Domingo's stance is passable. Taste the wrath of God. My flurry of quick slashes proves effective. Rashly, Domingo hurtles at me, mace hung slack, clearly trying to give me a vigorous sculling. With nearly a second thought, I ram my knee into his belly and the idiot crumbles. To his credit, Domingo lands as well as could be expected, and he's already scrabbling to his feet by the time I've swung around after him. A few vicious kicks and my sword pressing into his spine convince him to hold still and yield, though. I am indeed victorious. Are we still working on that claim? Yeah, still 22 months away. The piety loss is not good. I'm leading a patrol when we spot a group of figures emerging from darkness of night. Hooded cloaks obscure their faces, but one's ungainly trait I recognize as Iberian, my Faris. My lord, whispers on my men, they're diverting, what should we do? Apprehend them immediately, of course. After a short scuffle, the deserting soldiers are apprehended. Every soldier present, both loyal and not, know that punishments for this kind of betrayal can be harsh. The air is thick with anticipation and fear. My lord, all the children want to go home. Execute them. Execute them all. Deserters are due a single mercy, one granted by the executioner's blade. Being faced with a need to make harsh decisions has made me come to understand some of the burdens of command in a more intimate way. Chivalric dominance. So I lost a Faris. Which one? Sorry about the noise there. My spacebar is unfortunately kind of messed up. So my best Faris that cost me 95 is gone. Not good. We shall prevail. What? Why? How? Never a quiet moment. My daughter and heir Magdalena is so full of questions. I do my best to encourage her curiosity, but sometimes I cannot help but get exhausted by the constant stream of thoughts and queries. When a father and mother love each other very much... Infiltrators. It has come to my attention that some local commoners are moving to Soria, the capital of Count Erdan of Soria. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm. It's a lot of gold to give. It's not worth it. Growing strong. The weakness that has plagued my daughter since her birth has finally released its hold on her. Relief watches over me as I see Magdalena running around with all the other children. Yes, my daughter will be bold and strong. Dread 79.5 out of 100. I fear I will surely soon become heretical or something like that. I must be losing because of whatever the sins. Whichever sin I have. Martial perk available. Never back down. How are you doing? I believe it may cost me a significant amount in order to press that claim. Getting the trait pregnant. Fine. See it done. Oh, it's not. It's okay. It's not money. Good. Wait, you have allies? When did that happen? Well. Nobody will ally with us right now. Well, well, well. We face allies there. Not to worry. There are other places, of course. Offer to join war. You're already winning the war. Would not be a problem for me to offer to join it and then sit on that. I apparently cannot do that. It will not let me. So why is it letting me select it to begin with? Alright, this is a slight issue now. Asturias has gained this county. Well, if I can make you an ally, that would be much more useful. My son and heir, oh, Osama, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you, and now we have a perfect little son. One day, child, will carry on my legacy. What name would you... let's see. Thomas, a good name. For a good, strong son. And Thomas once again is sick. Apparently there is a sickness in my house. Over here is going to be tricky. Rest for the weary, sweaty, tired, and in need of food. A long day of training with the troops is coming to an end. As we search for a place to camp, we spot an old and abandoned castle at the distance. Firming my resolve, I declare that is where we will make our camp tonight. The sun is setting, and with every step towards it, it looks more ominous. Before long, the soldiers are whispering about ghosts. Let's just venture inside. I'm sure there's treasure to be found. Darkness, dampness, and desolation reign inside the castle, and all trace of life are gone. Peering up decaying staircases, I spot what might be the remnants of a lush tapestry and old paintings. Looking down spiraling steps, I see only darkness reaching far down into the ground underneath the castle. Let's go downstairs. I am now brave. bravery grants me +2 martial, +3 prowess. Attraction of vassal increased, but also increased likelihood of dying in battle. Got 32, and he's 48. She's pregnant. Chess 2. After winning another game of chess against myself, I can't help but think that perhaps my towering intellect could improve this game somewhat. What change would you like to... Why can't I torture the pawns? It seems a reasonable thing to do. Everyone so far has indeed got allies. Extra hand. For all the authority I supposedly wield as Count, I cannot be everywhere in my realm at once. There will always be those who forget to obey my orders once attention is turned elsewhere. This is where my Farisura could come in. Has been faithfully enforcing my decrees while touring the countryside. A bit different there. Could he serve as my right-hand man and take a more active role in administering my realm? Yes, he can. The question here... How many children do you have, by the way? You have none. The primary heir is just a vassal. It's so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. Now we are a perfect little son. And you grow strong. We don't want to split this any further. So let me look at my decisions. And a perk, Household Guard. Right. Next would be Bellum Justum. Probably. Actual aid to the military. Yes. Interesting. On an official trip, I am passing by one of the villages of my realm. As I leave the borders of the village, I see something odd. By a bush, together with my entourage, go to investigate. To my shock, it is the corpse of a haggard-looking old man in rags. I demand an explanation from the villagers, who say it was a local town beggar who just passed away. I see, very well. None of my concern. He's a beggar. Why should I worry? Ah, Guardian! And you are... skilled in martial. Oh, my sweetest child. Thomas is dead. Unfortunate, on the other hand, does mean I only have one heir now. Yes, I need 3 more furries. Get you for now. Not really skilled at anything, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it will do. Also, what Start swaying. Trying to tackle one of them without an ally would be suicide. Especially when you consider that. Fireside Tales. The fire crackles, casting long shadows on the wall of the servants' quarters. A wizened old woman holds children agog with her tales. The Anjana are good and kind fairies, who take care of forests with black pupils and gossamer wings. They aid wounded animals and lost people. They tread so lightly that their twigs don't snap under their weight. If you find one of their colourful rose petals, you may be happy until your death. The fire sputters and fades. The old woman finishes her story, and shivers your children to prepare for bed. That's a fun old tale. Nothing wrong with a good story. Well, because people began by hating me, I am in a little bit of danger. We all froze in fear when we saw the two large red eyes staring at us from the shrubs in my garden. What manner of vile monster was this? I must flee. Why? Jatap, however, laughs a few seconds later and says, "It's just a butterfly, look." On closer inspection, that is indeed the case. It is greyish-white in colour and has two large circles on the wings that look like bloodthirsty eyes at a distance. This seems to be the mountain Apollo, Jatap chuckles, as he admires it. As it flutters away, he remarks idly, "I wonder what it would be doing here." Weren't so afraid of it just now, were you? That minute gave me a shock, but it was a good laugh. And she is pregnant again. Decisions. Apparently, yes, to be able to go celibate, you need to go down other lines. To make King Frula Asturias more susceptible to my attempt at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. What do we know about you? You're callous, diligent, and deceitful, and a plotter. Keep it short and professional. None of those seem particularly appropriate. Not swayed. Oh, certainly you've been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. Unya! Nice. Well, as we continue to look for allies, or for them to lose allies, either way would work, we will break there and come back to this next time. We already have dread. Conquest is another issue. What if he became my liege? And then I was to work from the inside. Because the way things lie over there, it does not appear that, the way things lie over here, doesn't appear that's going to be somewhere we can conquer. It may be good to begin with Asturias and try and work our way up. Being alone and hated by all may not be the way to go. I will think about that before we return next time. But now, be well, my friends, allies, vassals, and enemies of the state, you know who you are. King Yorkie II bids you farewell and asks if you wish to help the channel grow. Hit the like, comment and subscribe. I will respond. Very well.